Okay, so hello and welcome. Today we're going to be changing the water seals on the back lights. So the seals, they degrade over time, and basically what will happen is you'll end up with water in your boot. As you can see inside here, just change the camera angle for you slightly. As you can see, water gets in and you end up with a wet boot, and all the contents of your boot end up getting a bit wet. I don't know how old these are. What we've got is courtesy of E28 goodies. I'll put a link in the description below. They are the people that supplied me with the boot seals. I don't think they're that expensive. I will check online and see how much they cost. Tools, very simple. What I've got is this. Actually, I'm going to show you because it's pretty cool. It's from a very dear friend of mine. It was actually an advent calendar, so you open it up and you get bits each day. I do have a big variety of different tools and sockets and so on, but this thing is just so handy. It's unreal. I'm really grateful for the present. So without further ado, let's have a look at the boot, and we'll see how we get the lights off to replace the seals. Okay, so here we see the back of the boot lid. I'll open it up for you. As you can see, here is the back of the light cluster. Actually, what I'm going to show you first, you should have a little screw thing here, but the car's over 30 years old, so that's missing. A little plastic tabs. I think this one here still exists, but it's broken. And then we've got this one, a little, actually, what I have seen is one of them here, they're like this. So that should give you an idea of how they work. To put a flathead screwdriver in it and turn it until it unclips. This one here is kind of half intact. So what we'd do to make this whole job easy, rather than lifting boot panels off, is we'll turn that round, and then there you go. You see the whole panel slides out. Let's have a look. I think, well, yeah, we've had a tow bar on this at some point. And there you see the light clusters. So we'll concentrate on this one for now. Let's make sure we've got it in shot. Okay, so these look to me to be about 8mm. So we'll get our 8mm socket out and we'll put it on. Yep, that's good. Let's get our handy little spanner and we'll undo it. I think from looking at it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little nuts you need to take off. So we'll do that now. Something's been wired in. There's an earth point there. Who knows what has been mucked about with in the last 32 nearly years on this car. But unfortunately at the moment this car's standing, so it'd be nice to be able to not worry that water is getting in and leaking into the boot. There we go. Okay, so we're going to continue taking these off. Not much I can say or do to make the loosening of bolts that interesting. I'd imagine, because these have been stuck on the car for so long, that it's not just going to fall off at the point that I get the last bolt off. Right, we're down to the last one. Hopefully it's in shot. Just. Okay. Oh, no, that's not quite loose enough yet. You can see from the other camera angle, you can see it's just starting to loosen. And there we go. So, oops, yep, I bet I've lost that forever now. We'll have a hunt for that in a bit. Wasn't really paying attention. So now I think with a bit of persuasion, we should be able to get the cluster off. And, yep, there we go. I'll show you you can see the old seals here. They're not looking most clever, are they? Like, have a look at the top there. They're nasty. And yeah, there's even water dripping out now. So I think those seals, let's have a look at what the replacements are like. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, look there, a lot more supple, a lot softer. So hopefully this should solve the problems of water getting into my boot. What I am going to do though is just grab an old cloth and just give it a wipe around. Oh, you can see there's been a bit of damage, it's been hit before. A little bit of rust coming out there, so I think at some point we're going to need to treat that, but for now I'm not too concerned. Luckily, look here, the terminals, actually they're a bit wet, but they're not rusted or corroded in any way. So I'm going to realign my camera for you and then demonstrate changing the seals over. Okay, so now we're going to focus on getting rid of this old manky seal. See, it's really stuck on and not very pleasant at all. Hopefully, if it comes off in one piece, I'll be able to show you what it's like. It's really, really wet. There's water stuck behind, and it's just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Here we go. Look. Hopefully the camera will focus and you can see how ruined that is. This is actually quite an important job to do on your E28 because you really don't want water getting in. So I might have to get a little screwdriver or something just to scrape some of the last bits that have, as you can see here, that have really got stuck on and horrible. So we're going to look for a flat-headed screwdriver. Okay, so I found a little screwdriver. Ironically, it's one that's been right underneath the broken water seal. So it's quite corroded itself. What I just want to do is try and get all the bits off just to help it seal, because obviously if you've got this gunk here, when you put it back on it's just going to leak again. So the best you can do to get rid of it, you're going to have a happier life in the future. Now, I don't know if these have ever been replaced on the car. I don't know if they're the original from the factory, so they could have lasted 31 years, but it's unlikely. So yeah, I mean, you don't want to damage anything, but if you can, scrape it as much as you can so that it's a flat seal. I'm sure the pros of YouTube will advise that I'm doing this all wrong and I should use a proper scraping tool and this, that and the others. But it seems to be working okay, and if it works then why fix it, or something like that anyway. Yeah, I am filming this outside, so chances are there's going to be someone watching thinking I'm absolutely insane here talking to myself. Maybe I'll just say watch my YouTube channel and they can say, wow, that was a really boring video of someone changing some lights. Or not even changing lights, changing a light seal. This is probably not anywhere near as interesting as Mighty Car Mod, so oops, our seals have all tangled up in each other. Right, these should be sided and only fit one way. Let's see which way they go, because I didn't pay any attention. Right, okay, so that looks clean enough. What we'll do is we'll just try and shake off all the old bits. Oh, that's going green, look at that. I'll give that a wipe as well afterwards, We should love our cars. I'm going to make sure that's still in shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our new seal on. There are little tabs for it to fit into quite helpfully, if you get it the right way around. So it just makes it seal a bit better and make sure everything's all all in the right place, which is I think that's quite handy. And there we go. So that pushes it all back in. I've now got the battle of finding where on earth that nut went. I'm probably likely never to see it again in my life at all. Yeah. Okay. So that's the light, all with the seal put on. We'll change camera angles again so that you can see it being put back in. Okay, so now we're going to put the light cluster back in. It really is as simple as lining up the screws, which can be easier said than done sometimes. Actually, while I'm here, just so it's nice, I'm just going to, not of any products, just wipe the top. Obviously, I can always take it out again and do that properly, just so it's a bit cleaner and a bit nicer. Okay, and that's that. So I'm guessing because it's a gasket or seal, it's not like a head gasket where you need to do like proper tightening procedures, but I suppose if you can try and do it equal, then it's going to serve you well in a way. So we're going to tighten up these screws. Try not to pinch it too much on one end. Sometimes it could be worth spraying this with contact cleaner and here as well, if water has got in. Luckily for mine, all the terminals look quite clean and safe. I'll have to hunt in the bolt box to find one for there. In fact, give me a second, I'll have a look. Okay, so fortunately, one of my many boxes of junk, I found one that seems to fit. So we'll get that one done. Okay, so that's a very quick video on changing the gasket or the seal on your E28 light cluster. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with doing the other side. Make sure you put your cover back on. I think those little tab screws, if yours are broken, they can be had from BMW or a good motor factor's pretty cheap. I doubt Halfords might even sell it in their little pearly what's-it type display. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We've replaced the gasket or seal on the near side of our E28. That's probably going to be the first of many jobs I need to do on this car. If you liked it, leave a comment and subscribe. If you've got any suggestions of other things you'd like to see, or so if you've got any suggestions or comments or things you'd like to see, then please leave a message below. I'd imagine there's going to be a lot more content coming with this car, as it is in a bit of a state, and I would like to get it back on the road. I've got big plans for it. Whether they'll actually happen, who knows? But yeah.